Today we're describing optimal methods to suppress M1, M2 inflammation in rheumatoid arthritis. And let me just point to the main concept here. Rheumatoid arthritis is due to the presence of inflammatory macrophages, M1 macrophages, and they interact with Th17 T cells, or the pro-inflammatory T cells. And down here we see what's in a normal joint. I believe, probably in contrast to that, a normal joint is maintenance of, sort of like anti-inflammatory or non-inflammatory situations by having M2 macrophages and T cells that are consistent with that, which would be the T regulatory cells. Now, the key features of M1 macrophages, one is IRF5, and that'll come out, and that leads to production of cytokines, inflammatory cytokines, IL-6, TNF, IL-12, and IL-23 is essential because IL-23 acts with to maintain this Th17 inflammatory cell, because it acts with IL-23 receptor, and then that's a Th17 cell that's inflammatory. Now these cells in turn drive these because they produce GM-CSF, and so there's this loop. And these macrophages have the GM-CSF receptor, which is that's the target or upstream of IRF5. Okay, so and then this is sort of like the opposite, the anti-inflammatory macrophages, IRF4, and then certain anti-inflammatory cytokines, IL-10, TGF-beta, IL-4, and TNF still, and then they drive, probably through IL-10, these T regulatory cells, IL-10 receptor, and which produce also IL-10 and TGF. And we don't know what factor they produce, but M-CSF would be the factor. I mean, we know what factor it must be, M-CSF, but we don't know if Tregs do this, but if it did, that would be analogous as this circuit. Now the question is how to look at this in arthritis. And what we came up with is the following kind of concepts. Number one, just to do something simple. Look at the lymph node, draining lymph node in a joint, and do C2 arthritis in a mouse, and just simply look at the lymph node at different times after induction of arthritis. Or better yet, just wait for arthritis to occur and see if you do see increased M1 macrophages and Th17 T cells. That's the first thing, just lymph node arthritis in a mouse. Study the lymph node. Secondly, we have to sort of manipulate things. Here the idea is to transfer cells that have one or the other of these possibilities. So, for example, you take a mouse and induce C2 arthritis, and then take its draining lymph node, and this mouse can have a lot of different, markers, like the IL-23 receptor, GFP. We have a heterozygous there. The IL-23 F reporter, that's Casey Weaver's, or the R-gamma T reporter, heterozygous. And this mouse could also be a CD45.2, the uncommon type. So we can spot all these cells in another mouse. And so this might be the second experiment. If some of these critical markers are essential, if we transfer these cells into a mouse with arthritis, we'll see them accumulate in the lymph node, and we can also see them in the joint of the mouse. So we'll be able to track it down. And then I guess we got into down, oh, here's something, down into here, oh, yes. Then say like the third thing, it's always good to increase or decrease, remember? So increase or decrease. So how can you do this? We want to increase or decrease this. One way to decrease this is by, I'd say IL-23 receptor knockout. Maybe if we have an IRF5 knockout, we're getting that, we can transfer those cells in. But we can decrease the propensity for M1, maybe GM-CSF blockade, but that can we can probably decrease these and then transfer in and see if that works. Or actually, probably better yet, just to inhibit the development of these in a mouse and see if they develop arthritis. But I think the other interesting thing is to show that these are balanced with these. And there is an M-CSF, there's a couple things. There's an M-CSF mouse that has inducible FAS, and then there's a regular M-CSF knockout mouse that Ravish studied and showed that they have increased susceptibility to the immune complex arthritis. So that's sort of like the last part. So using mice with too high M1, they get overpolarized or so forth, and then or under M1 and show they have decreased arthritis, but decrease M2 and show they have increased arthritis. So that's about it. We get into chemokines. Okay, so and then that's aim 1. That's the end of aim 1. Aim 2 is a treatment aim where we actually just we have two ways of treating. Try to kill DR5, and then SR1001 to block our gamma T. And so, but during that treatment process, we will do all the stuff with M1, whatever studies we decide are most feasible. Then we'll track the results, effects of treatment with that. So that's aim 1 and 2.